y'all? Welcome back to Dolphins United, the platform for Dolphins. You heard me. We back in the house. All right. First and foremost, before we get into anything about the subject at hand, I want to give a big shout out to Anthony from Finsports Football Podcast, who had me on last night. We did about an hour and a half of Dolphin talk, from anything about the season all the way through to the draft. Please go check that out. I'm putting the link in the description. I put a link out earlier as well in a community post. Please do me a solid. Go check that out on Spotify, on iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts. Just put in Finsports Football Podcast. It should come up. I'm the special guest on there. Please go check that out. Good dude, solid dude, great work as well. And he has a great mind for football and for the Dolphins. All right. So if you like my content, you'll definitely love his content. Go check him out. Please do me that solid. And if there's a way to comment, please let him know that I sent you guys. All right. So before we get into what I got for y'all, I got something else I want to say. We're doing a subscriber giveaway. I told y'all we're going to be doing this throughout this video, or not throughout this video, but somewhere in the video, I'm going to drop the keyword to put in the comments to enter yourself into the contest, so we can do the raffle on Friday or Saturday and pick the 5 winners that'll be winning some type of prize, all right? I'll also let you know what type of prize you'll be winning after I give you the keyword, so stay tuned in the video. Don't go nowhere so you can get the information so you can win some free stuff. Who don't want free stuff, all right? Now, let's go ahead and get into the video. Don't want to be before you long. I always say that, and the next thing you know. All right, anyway, we're going to talk about who I want to re-sign on the Dolphins and who I want cut. It's not, my favorite video to do. Sitting here, tough decisions got to be made. I'm not a GM. Thank God I ain't got to do it. But there's some guys that got to go, and there's some guys that I just frankly want back on the team, whether as for depth or just to continue starting. All right, so we'll do this video. Then right after that, the next video that'll come out, it won't be the Friday's video, but it'll probably be maybe next Tuesday's video. We're going to do who I'd like to target in free agency because of all the cuts that were made or because of re-signing certain players that we re-signed. As you know, free agency dictates what we're doing in the draft. So we'll see what the Dolphins do in free agency. Then we're going to know, okay, they're not going this route because they already did that in free agency. All right, so that's when I'll start doing mock drafts. All right, anybody's doing a mock draft now, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's always best to do a mock draft after free agency. And I just think that's always best to do one after free agency because that's when we get an idea. So I'll be doing one after free agency. All right, not before. And I'll be doing one closer to the draft as well, so I get an idea what I'm dealing with as far as all the guys that are in the draft, and then I can make an informed decision on my picks, which I will put up when we do that. All right, so let's get into it. We'll start with guys that are already free agents on our team that I would bring back. All right, and let's just raffle them off. I'll bring back Ted Karras. All right, now some people are saying, why would you bring him back? We need to just address that in free agency, or we need to just go ahead and get one in the draft. Yes, we do need to get one in the draft. In free agency, ain't much there. All right, right now, ain't much there. We just need to go ahead, bring Ted Karras back. He wasn't horrible, guys. Bring him back. Either let him compete with the rookie or let him start one more year while the rookie gets ready. We need to draft the rookie center pretty early in the first 3 rounds. Find us an elite guy that can pull, and then we groom him under Ted Karras, and then we give Ted Karras, we let him go. Or we sign him to a 2-year deal, and he can become the backup, a team-friendly deal. All right, next person, Godchow. Now, I'm iffy on Godchow. Now, we should bring Godchow back if they feel like the free agents aren't up to are on the same level as Godchow, or they're not as good as Godchow. Then we should bring Godchow back. That's the only reason we would bring him back, is if they feel like the free agent tackles aren't good enough, and there are a few out there that we could pick up. If they feel like they're either on the same level or they're a little below Goshaw's level, then we should sign Goshaw back. Not my job. So I hope they make the right decision. But he's a guy I would bring back if I felt like he's just as good or a little better than what we see out in free agency. All right, Landon Roberts, I'd bring him back solely for depth. Plus, he showed us some things last year that I actually liked. Yes, he made a lot of missed tackles. He wasn't the best, but there were times that he saved us shooting the gap and getting to the running back. I can't act like I didn't see that, so I'm bringing him back on a team-friendly deal for 1 year, a prove-it deal again, and I want to see what he can do if he can stay fully healthy. Vince Beagle, I'm bringing him back. There's no way I'm not bringing him back because we need pass rush. He was one of the guys that got pass rush for us. Flores' first year when we went 5-11. When we went 5-11, so I'm bringing him back. I need to see what he can do. I might even give him a 2-year deal to start out, and let's see what we got in him. Kevon Frazier, I'm bringing him back solely for depth plus special teams. You got to have a special team ace. He did a decent job on special teams. I'm bringing him back. And last, the guy I'm bringing back is the punter, Matt Hawk. Now, I understand Matt Hawk was subpar, okay? Once again, I got the Blistex out. He was subpar. There was a lot of kicks that just didn't go as deep as they should have. I'm looking at him like, man, we need a new punter in here because you're just not consistent. But we got to sign him back. Give him a prove-it deal. Get a either draft or get an undrafted free agent to come in to compete with him. And you're just basically having him in there in camp, competing with another guy, and let's see what happens, all right? You don't just get rid of Hawk and then go get a punter in free agency because good punters aren't let go, okay? So if you don't have a good punter, more than likely he's going to end up in free agency. Let's keep what we know, get another guy in there, have them compete, and then let the best man win. That's what I say as far as that is concerned when it comes to Hawk. That's the reason why I would bring him back. Now, when it comes to cuts, there's some guys that I just don't feel like we need to have on the team anymore. Sam McGuavin, got to go, bro. I just don't feel like we need Sam McGuavin anymore, okay? Especially bringing back Landon Roberts, and we'll hopefully draft the next best linebacker. Iguavin, don't need him. Thanks for your time. He just doesn't cut it. He's got to go. Eric Flowers. I haven't been a fan of Eric Flowers all season. Period. I just don't think he played that well. Every time I looked at Eric Flowers, he was getting pushed into the backfield. Every time. I don't want him anymore. He's making too much money in the first place. Cut him or trade him for a late round pick. Get him out of there. We got to draft our next guy anyway, and we need a guy that can pull. And Eric Flowers didn't show the ability to pull. He's got to go. I'm going to save him for last, the next person. Let's go to Patrick Laird. We got to get some running backs in there. Gaskins, he'll do. And the other guy, can't remember his, Savon Ahmed, he'll do. We got those two guys. From what I hear, they're already going to move away from, I can't remember his name. I still can't remember his name. Breida. Matt Breida. And, of course, I'm leaving that in. Matt Breida, they're going to part ways, it seems like, so we don't have to worry about him. We got two guys on the team. Laird, I'm letting him go because we just don't need Laird at this point. We need to sign another free agent running back, or they could bring back Washington if they'd like to add depth for training camp, and then you need to draft two guys. Plain and simple, all right? Running backs, get them cheap and run them into the ground. That's the way it is at the NFL, all right? So draft two of them, let them compete in training camp, and get some fresh legs in there. Laird, I'm sorry, you got to go. Hearns, all right? You got two guys that didn't play last year for us that sat out for COVID, just not to deal with COVID. That was Albert Wilson and that was Allen Hurns. I'm bringing back Albert Wilson. You don't let a talent like that walk away without seeing what he has in training camp. After then, if he sucks, you cut him. But until that moment, you got to keep that man. You got to keep him. And then find out what he has, because he's one of those guys that can create on his own, like a Lynn Bowden, okay? You got to keep him. Hurns, you don't. You let him go. You move on from that, and you draft or you use free agency to fill that position. And we'll talk about that on next Tuesday, how I feel like we can fill that position with the draft and with free agency. All right, so Allen Hurns, you got to go. Last two we'll talk about. Bobby McCain. All right, I'm on the fence. Do we cut Bobby McCain, trade Bobby McCain, or do we keep Bobby McCain? I am on the fence. Bobby McCain has been a staple for us. He's an excellent communicator. That's why he is playing free safety, but he has no impact on the game. He does not make impact plays. And I know free safeties usually don't make that many impact plays because they're saving your behind. I get that, but I want a little more range. I need a guy who's a little younger. I'm moving on possibly from Bobby McCain. If I can't find any better suits, I'm keeping Bobby McCain because he does have intangibles that you can't just find everywhere. All right, especially when it comes to communicating, and he's a very good team type of guy. So I'm on the fence, all right, about him. There's only one guy in free agency that I say, okay, you cut. And I don't know if he's really a free safety either, but there's only one guy I say, okay, you cut Bobby McCain, you go get him, and we'll talk about that next week. But Bobby McCain, I'm on the fence about. And the last person that I say we got to cut, because there's just going to be too many guys that you can either get in the draft or in free agency, it's Jakeem Grant. Our beloved returner / wide receiver, Jakeem Grant. It's your time, bro. Yes, one of the fastest players in the league. But the man can't catch, he can't run routes. Unfortunately, I'm cutting Jakeem Grant. I'm moving on. I'm dumping that salary. I'll either trade him to the highest bidder or I'm cutting him outright. I want other guys. There's other guys I got my eye on right now that can come in and help the team better than Jakeem Grant did his last 3-4 years, however long he's been with the squad. I love Jakeem Grant because I'm a short guy too, and he represents us. I love everything about him. He's a dog, all of that. He just hasn't had that production, and he's been given chances, okay? It's not like he hasn't been given no chances. He's been given some chances. He's just been dropping the ball figuratively and literally, all right? So got to move away from him. Got to move away from him. Hope y'all loved that segment right there. Now let's get into the giveaway, all right? So you already know what you got to do to enter for the most part if you've done it before. All right, number one, you got to like this video. That's all day, so it's simple. Number two, you got to subscribe. You know, I got to get the subscribers up a little bit, so I got to give you an incentive. Subscribe. Number three, in the comment section, you're going to put hashtag Dolphins till I die, okay? Hashtag Dolphins till I die. Put that in the comment section below. You'll automatically be entered into the subscriber giveaway for that 1,000 subscribers we got to. We're over 1,200 now, so we're moving on up to the east side. Deluxe apartment in the sky. Finally got a piece of the pie. Anyway, that's what we're doing. All right, so like, subscribe, comment in the bottom under the video. Hashtag Dolphins till I die. You put that there, you'll be entered into the subscriber giveaway. Then on either Friday or Saturday, we'll do the raffle. We'll pull names. First name, you're going to be winning a shirt and money. Second name, shirt and money. Third name, fourth name, fifth name, shirt, money. But if you're the first name, you're going to be winning a certain amount of money, and then on down, okay? So each person will get merch, all right? You'll get a shirt. You'll get to pick the color that you want on the shirt as well, all right? Or what color shirt as well. And you'll be receiving also a monetary prize as well, all right? But from 5 all the way down to 1, or from 5 up to 1, the money will be different. All right. So the first name we pull will win the highest money. Second highest will win the second highest money. That's the way it will go. So I will see y'all on Friday, Saturday. I'll holler at y'all in the next one, of course. Fans up till I die. See y'all next time.